All right. So I've posted a very small assignment, like very simple assignment right there. Let me just describe the assignment for, let me open it and see. It's very simple, so I would encourage everyone here to do the assignment. So I just posted it on the group. So HTML. Can't think there are two things I'm doing there. This. So like I said, the assignment is quite, can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me share. Okay, it's this. How's it? What's this one? So this is the assignment. So just a very simple web page. I've just shared a picture. All right. And the web page is just for you. Don't worry about too much about this image. You can use any image. Okay. So, but just basically you did a very simple. This is the first part of the assignment, like very simple web page where you have a title, a subtitle or a subheading in this case, and then also a very small one. It is a different level heading again here, very small, but just try to replicate this. Okay. And here you see you're going to see a link, and right here is a list of ingredients, and that's so it's very, very simple. From what I've done so far, the only thing we have not really done is how to put the image, which we're going to do today. Okay, so just yeah, but this is a assignment. Just to try to replicate this. I'll send the image to you guys across. Okay. In addition to that, I've also, I don't know whether I've sent this yet. So this is like HTML cheat sheet or containing all the different tags. Okay, that's a lot of, it's basically both HTML and CSS. Cheat sheet, yeah, containing, okay, so ignore this CSS part, but it's still part of it, right? So we're going to learn CSS later. But your focus for now is just to take a look at all of this, so that you have an idea of all of the different tags that you use to put something on the page. So we've done this. We've done some of this. So, and then we're going to be looking at most of them, okay, because of the this program. But yeah, so I will also drop this right there. Okay, so is anyone having an issue with VS Code? Do you all have VS Code installed? But this is very, very important that by now we should all have VS Code installed. Okay, very, very important. Okay, so remember you have to go to your maybe somewhere in the desktop and have okay, so for instance, I'm going to create a new folder. Okay, I'll just call it, because people are going to be looking at images. So I'll just call it images because that's what I'm going to be creating. Then I can go and open my VS Code. Okay, so open my VS Code. and go to File and go and look for the new folder. That's what I'm going to do. Not this for now. Okay, my settings is a bit different, so I think because I have Linux in my system, so let me just see if I can get it. Okay, so I'm going to go to where I have my. So in this laptop, I actually have, this is normal Windows, but I also installed what we call WSL, which is Linux operating system. So that's where I do most of my things. So I'm going to just go and look for, create a folder in my Linux. So for you don't have to like pass through all this. This looks a bit complicated. We don't have to like pass through all this. So I still have HTML here. Okay, so I'm just going to create a folder and call it images. Okay. So when I open my HTML, sorry, my Visual Studio Code, I'll go and look for that images file. And this is the process for now you can take, to open your files. So open folder. So I think it's somewhere here. HTML, and then this is the images. All right, so I'll open it. So it should open in a moment. Okay, I just created a folder, so there's no file. So one way I can create a file is either to come here and just do file, or come here and do a new file. Doesn't matter, it's still the same thing also. So I can just come here and say, now they've given me option, the type of file, just a test file, but in this case.
Sorry for interjection, Mike. Your screen
Yes,
is not
please.
showing, and I also have a question.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Yeah. So
I also have a question.
Okay, let me just show up my screen first. I don't know. I didn't know that my screen was not showing. Why was should be showing? I don't know. Then all this explanation I've been making, all these things I've been saying, that is not. Okay, let me go back then. Can you see my screen? Can you see the Visual Studio Code here?
Not yet.
Hello?
Not yet.
What's happening? What's happening? I don't know.
I can see it from here.
Sorry?
I can see it from here.
Oh, you can see my screen.
Yes.
I think it's
Okay. Let me go out and come in again.
Yeah, I think it's probably not there. Okay, let me just intro to images .html. Remember, when you're creating a file, your file must be an HTML file. Okay, so that's it. Again, this is our usual HTML page, right? So where we have, but today we're going to be looking at images. I'm just going to put this. I automatically just generated this, but you should be able to, by now, you should be used to this, and this attribute here, we've not been putting it, but what it just means is that you're telling the browser that you want this page to be primarily they want this page to be primarily be displayed in English. Like you want the page to be primarily displayed in English. Right? When you open this page, the default language for the page web page should be English. Okay. Sometimes if you travel to another country, maybe the major language of that country is not English, the primary language of that country, you may see something here. Maybe for instance, if you go to if you travel to Russia, for instance, you will see people that are writing this. Okay. In Germany, for instance, VE. Okay, so they're just saying that the page should be primarily displayed primarily in English and in German. Okay, so here, yeah, you can also omit it, but the thing that makes it easier for the browser to really process the page and give you a default language. So it's always a good idea to put that. So that language is that. But of course, the ones who are doing here, we're not going to put it on the internet yet, so it does not really matter for us. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at images. So I'm just going to put a title here and say images. Adding images to a web page. To a web page. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. Remember, we're just learning how to put all the different components we have on different websites. Yeah, so today we want to talk about how do we put an image on the page. Last time we talked about links, and I expect you to have come back to that book to learn how to put links. Okay, but today images very, very important. Okay, because if you imagine you have a website, you don't have any image on the website, most of the time. Although there's some website that you don't really need any image, but most websites that you're going to see pictures, photos. And so how do you add those? Okay. Now this process is pretty straightforward. So if you want to add an image to a web page, okay, you want to make sure that your HTML is able to discover the image. Okay, and how do you make sure that HTML is able to discover the image? You go to where you have your HTML. Remember, now see, this is the folder that I'm in. Inside the folder, I have this intro to images. Okay, so if I want to make sure that my HTML, which is this intro to images, is able to see the image I want to add, I need to put that in the same folder here. Yeah, this is probably the way to go. Okay, you need to put the folder in the same. So of course I have pictures in mind. I have some pictures here. Okay, but these pictures, let me just open one. Okay, maybe not. Let's just go back. Okay, let me just put a screenshot. I don't know. Okay, so I have some pictures here, but I can't access this picture. There's no way I can have access to any of these pictures. There are a lot of pictures here, but there's no way I can have access to any of these pictures. All right. In my Visual Studio Code with my HTML, but they are in a different folder in my laptop, right? So they're not even in the same, but this is like in a different operating system, really, because this is where I am. So these pictures are there. But if I want to put it straight into my page, I'll somehow have to move them. Okay. So but let us get just like a random picture on the web and see. So if you're not seeing my screen, please let me know. Cars. BMW. So I'm just going to get some images here. Oh, it's a place to even get image. Let's go to Splash. Just not Splash. Images. Free. Okay, so sorry, on Splash release, I just said Splash, but you see, okay. Okay, so you can see all these images. So if you need, basically when you're even writing software here, you want to use images to test your app and all of that, you can always come to this website. They have a whole lot of images. So it's on Splash. So I think I like this one. So I'll just save this one, copy, save image, copy image address. Yeah, you go to save image as. So save this image. Okay, so this image, I have to save it in the same folder where I have the it's not showing here. Okay, for now, I'll just download it. Right? So I'll just say Unsplash dash image. Now, whenever you're saving image or saving file, make sure you don't have put any space in the files. Okay, in the file name. So you can say instead of having this space, I just put a dash to make sure that it's all connected. Okay, and then the image type. Always check this, because if you just go to the website and try to save the image, you may be saving the web page. Okay, so image will have this type, either JPEG or PNG or GIF or GIF. Okay, so I've saved that image on Splash Image. So I'll go to my, okay, I think I'll open another one. No, another one. So I've saved that image. Now, where I am right now, okay, let me go to Ubuntu. Of course, you don't have to like pass through this process when you're looking, but that's why I asked you to just save it on your desktop. So open your, create a folder, ask you to create a folder on your desktop, so you don't have to like desktop or document. So my own is a bit complicated, but that's just to show you that you can create your folder anywhere. So yeah, so I have this images here. Now, how do I move? This image is in my downloads. Okay, so that's it. So if I want to put that, if I want to use that image on my page, I have to move it. You can see, move it here. Now, see, as soon as I move it here, I go back to my Visual Studio Code. You can see the image here. Okay, but ignore this thing, yeah, because of what I'm using. But usually, just have only this. Okay, that's the image. And you see. Now, let's run this first. So I'll go and do our usual show preview. So that's this page, add image. So right now the image is not there. So if I want the image to appear on my page, of course we have this image tag that we have learned. So you do img. So the img, okay, let me just repeat a bit. So you do img to tell the browser that you want to put an image. Then you have to put the source of the image. The source of the image, like where is the image? Where is it located? Okay. So in this case, the image is located on the same folder as this HTML. So one thing I can do is to write the type of the image. As soon as I start typing the name of the image now, you can see it shows here. So I just select it. And then you can see that it's already shown on the page. And this is simple. Yeah, so you can see the image. But this is just a tag for you to put the image. Of course, if you look at this image, that the image is occupying the whole page. Okay, which is not bad. So that's the auth attributes. The auth attribute just says that, just give a description of the image, and it's always important that you put the auth attribute, because there are some people that want to view, people that are visually impaired. Okay, if they are browsing, maybe through a screen reader. Yeah, because when you're building an application, you need to take care of people. All right, it's just like when you're building a house. In most places, if you build a house and you don't have people that are disabled, don't have access to the house, you know, the house will not be the house. You may be asked to add. You may be forced to do so. Like in some places, some countries, by law, that people that are disabled should have access to your house easily. Okay, not that somebody comes with a wheelchair. There's nowhere for the person to enter the house, or it's so difficult for the person to enter the house. So this you have access to it. So, and also in the same way, when you're building an application, people that have screen readers that cannot really see the page very well, because they are visually impaired, they should be able to still browse on your page. And this is a very good example. So this attribute called auth. The auth basically describes the image. So I can just say this is an image. This is unsplashed and unsplashed image. Okay. Also, when you're building an application, you want to make sure that people that have phones that are maybe like Motorola and all that should be able to access your page. But this one doesn't have to necessarily have to do with that actually. But I'm just trying to say that you always have to think about the different devices that users are going to use to access your page. If somebody uses iPhone 15 to access a web page, it shows faster. Everything is paid faster. All right. Than if you're using maybe like very old phone. Yeah, but you need to make sure that people that are also using old phones should be able to use your page. That's when we talk about web performance. Okay, so this, another thing here, another usefulness of this is that if maybe something happened to the network, which may be the case, or which some of us have experienced, and then the image is not able to display. So what happened? This message will be displayed. So for instance, now if the network is not strong, so it's not able to load the image. So you now see a test. You will see a small box that where the image is supposed to be displayed, and then you now see this test describing the image. So the auth basically just describe the image, what the image is about. Okay, but if somebody is using a screen reader, of course the person will not really see what it is. The screen reader is going to now read this. All right. The screen reader is going to read this. So that's why it's also absolutely important that we always put this out. Okay, so it doesn't change anything actually at this point. It doesn't change anything. So just for usability purposes. Okay, so two use cases here is that you have the internet, your internet is not strong, so the image did not show. But you see that it's supposed to be an image, but not display. Okay, there's supposed to be an image there, but not display. But then this test now will not be displayed. So the test will show in when the image is not able, when you're not able to display the image, or when you are going through the image through a screen reader that reads off what is on the page. So when it gets to this image, it's also going to read this, that this is an unsplashed image. Okay, of course, this is not the full description because we're not really describing what's on the image, but in your case, you have to only describe. For instance, now this is a profile picture. Okay, yes, you also describe the image with the right description. Okay, so this is not actually added in now. Now, there's a couple of things I can still add here. Okay, so I'm looking at the height is, too much, so I can just say 50%. No, so I don't need to put a percent to that. I can just say 50. I can also say pixel. Okay, so the pixel is just the measurements we use on the page. So what I'm just saying that the image should be I can see the same image is now here. Okay, but usually you want to specify all of this in CSS, but this is just something that you can do quickly in your HTML. So you add an attribute called height, and so I should keep increasing it. Now to really explain how much is 200 pixel or how much 50 pixel, I think it's come by just practice, and the intuition will just come to you, because if I wanted this image to be like this, I could have easily just put 200. But to really say that this is a size of 200 that I have a measure, but you just come through practice. Yeah, so you can just try different numbers. Okay, this 200, maybe I want something more, 300. Okay, and then this is just the height. How about the width? Okay, so you also add the width. Maybe if you want the width to be the same thing as the height, you can just add 300. If you add 300, it will work. If you also add 300 pixels, that's no. Okay, so because the default unit here is pixels. Okay, so you can just add 300 or you add 200 pixels. So you can see that the same image is now, but of course the image is not distorted. Okay, the image is not distorted. When you go to certain website, you're going to be seeing a lot of images that are distorted because the images were not well processed. Like you just try to force the image to change the height and the width, just like this. Okay, but if I remove this again, if I remove this height and width attributes, it goes back to occupying the whole screen. Okay, but what I want you to really learn here is that you can use this, because there are other attributes that you can add to this. But for now, let us look at this. Now, what happens when you want a page, you want to show an image that's not on your laptop? Okay, the image that's one image now, I have to download it to my laptop and then show it on my page. Now, what happens if I have an image online that I want to just take a link to that image, and let me just type in something here and say, cars. Okay, there's cars. So, we'll just say software, I'll just say artificial intelligence data. So basically, any image you want, you can get a lot of images. Like maybe for your own usage, if you need images, right, you can always go to Unsplash and get all types of image. Okay. Okay. Let's say. Let's see. Get something interesting. Okay, it's not interesting. So yeah, so basically it just data. Sorry, I'm not saying yeah. Like you can get any image you want, really, any type of image you want. So I'm just going to pick up one of these images. Another one that looks interesting here. One that really looks like AI. Okay, I'm just going to pick this one. Okay, so let's see if we can. Now here, okay, I'm just here instead of saving the image to my local machine, I'll just copy the image address. Okay, so I'll copy the image address, and then in this case, I don't have to save the image. Okay, so I'll copy the image address. I'm going to my page and say, I'm just put it typed H2, say image from Unsplash. So I'll come and do IMG, and then here the source is the address that I've copied. So I don't know that is address. For the image to really show, you have to make sure that the address has some, yeah, that is .jpeg, yeah. Once we just go and copy image, let me show you an example. Right? So let me go to, let's say YouTube, image cards, BMW. You see, copy link address. So if I copy this address here, so this is an image like on here. So if I just go copy link address, let me just paste it here and see. Okay, maybe let's go back to. Okay, maybe just close this. First of all, by just putting that in the source, that was copied, by just putting the source, you can see the image here. Okay, that's the image. Okay, because I just put that in the source. Now, this image is not on my laptop, it's just online. So from a different website. And just put another one. Okay. And see that this thing is not going to show the second one here. Very long. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to, yeah, so this is the second one I copied. Okay, so I just went and said copy link address. Okay, so this one does not really contain the image, rather just the web page I've copied. So you have to be careful when you're copying this. You have to be really sure. So if you just go and say copy link address, this is the link address. Okay, it's not the page, it's not the. So if you really want to copy, you need to open the image very well, and then you say copy image address. You can say it's different. Copy link address. This is copy image address. This is copy link address. Okay, this link address is not an image. Okay, so if I copy link address, let me copy the link address, let me show an example, and then paste it on my web page. You see, it just shows you where the website that contains the image, because these images are coming from different websites. Okay, so that's not the image itself. Okay, so the image, you have to see, copy the image. Is it copy image? Let me see. Let's see. In fact, you can't even copy the image from here. I don't think so. Let's see. You not provide that. Yeah, you can also provide. You can also have an image on your page. So that one we'll do that one later. You can also have an image on your page. Yeah, you don't want people to be able to copy the image. You can also indicate that. Okay, so when we get to forms, we're going to see how you can fill a form to upload something. You can also restrict the type of file you upload. You can say, okay, upload only image, upload only PDF, upload. But that we're going to do that within the next 2 classes or so. When we'll be looking at that will be so we'll have just like 2 classes to complete our HTML. Okay, then we now jump right into CSS. Okay, so the process is just very straightforward. Okay, it's very straightforward. So you have the image you want to put on the page. So if you want the image, okay, let me just because this one is occupying the whole page, so I can just put the attribute just to put it within my view. So I'll just put maybe like 100 pixels or 200 pixels, and then just put it with automatically. It also readjusts the width. So sometimes you can just put just the height, and then to just write it itself. But this particular one, you see that it is not. So even if I went to copy that, right? So it's not asking me to follow. And of course, you can follow the link as well. Like if you want to, you're already on your page and you want to see where this is coming from. Okay, so of course this is coming from my own laptop, so you can show it. Now for this other one, if I just put this here, if follow the link to go take me to the page, and okay, start asking me, do you want to open the external website? Yeah, because there is a link. Okay, so I can say open, and then it takes me to where somehow. Okay, I don't know what happened, but it's supposed to take me to where the image is. But yeah, generally what I want you to understand is how you can put an image on your website or web page, and the process is just very straightforward and simple. So if we go to this cheat sheet, I believe there is a place where you can use things where you can also see the image and just find it IMG. Okay, so you can see, so yeah, so you also have image side, but don't worry too much about those ones for now. This is when we're not doing the, you have the source set and image one. This one we're going to do those ones later. I don't want those to no. So it's source set, but don't worry, just all I want to do now is just to get the source and the alt. Okay, they're just very important. Forget about this one for now. This one when you are trying to because sometimes you have a large image and a smaller image. Okay, so this one has to do with image optimization. Sometimes you have a screen that when you want a small image, if your application or your website is open on a small image, you want your program to select the actual size of the image because you have different sizes of the image. So it will to check the screen. That's this source. It will check the screen to see to measure the size of the display and then to pick up the appropriate image. So that's the image. Those ones will come way later. Okay, but don't worry about it. What you just want to know now is how to put image on the page. So with this, I believe this you can easily do this. Basically, just put it where you want it to be on the screen. All right. So any question? Yeah. So I'm just taking this bit by bit, like so that you really understand each of the tags and see how we can use that. So if we go back to our see, I don't know, or is it HTML book? No, not here, not there, not there. Content is this one. HTML. Don't know what is this one. Is it here? Okay, not there. So HTML. Okay, yeah, so this one. So yeah, so if you go back to this, you can see that they put the image source. Of course, you don't have access to this image. This one image is in the computer itself, like where the person the laptop. So these are like image that have been downloaded. Okay. All right. So you also have this title, which I did not put here. The title basically like when you put something, so when you put your mouse on the image, it will just show all the image about description of the image as well. Okay, so this is just one way to put an image. But usually we don't want to put our image with HTML like this. Okay, we don't want to put our image with the HTML like this together in the same folder. So rather, when you have some images you want to put, because usually in your website you are going to have different images. Okay, so you want to group those images together so that you don't get confused like when you're going through your files. So usually we want to create a folder. Okay, you can call it assets, or you can call it assets, or you can call it images. Doesn't matter what you call it. Yeah. So assets. Inside the assets, I can even create a subfolder inside the assets and say, okay, random images. Okay, maybe I'll just say, okay, let me just do this as a subfolder inside that, and then another one I can create a new folder again and call it okay, since we have these two here, nature. Okay. So you can say I've created an asset here, I created, cars and nature. Okay, so instead of having images directly on the HTML, I can just move this on splash image to. So you can see how I just moved it. So I just moved it here. So as I move the image, you see what happened here, which is what I was describing that time. So I moved the image into the nature. So right now the HTML is not able to find it. So you can see what happened. It displays this, displays this. This is an unsplash image. So this happens when the image cannot be located, or the network is not able to download the image and put on your laptop. So you're trying to. So you can see that's where does it come from? It came from the auth description that we have here. Okay, so if this auth description, that's why it's important that you put in this auth description. So instead of having the image, it's telling you that I can't find the image. So but then it now shows you what is supposed to be displayed there. So the description of the image. Okay. All right, so this is an unsplash image. So you can see. I'm sure most of you have noticed it before. All right, so yeah. So you can see that this is the image. Now, how do you get your application to discover the image? So you have to describe where the image is located. Now, this page here has direct access to the assets. You can say they are on the same folder. They're in the same folder. How do I do that in the same folder? So if I go back to my, just go back. So in case you're not sure of the same folder, so you open where you created the folder. In this case, like I mentioned earlier, mine is a bit complicated, but it's fine. We're going to locate it. So developer, I think this one, that one, this one. Okay, so you can see this is the images. So inside the image, you can see that there's a folder called assets, and there is intro to images. So the page can only has access to, because they're siblings, they are in the same folder. So you see, it has access to assets, but it doesn't have access to what is inside assets. Okay, that's why you were seeing it like this here. Okay, so you have intro, you have assets here. Now, so the image is in assets. So how do you locate the image assets? So I'm going to go back and do this. So since what you have asset is a folder, so you start with a dot and slash. Take note of this. Once you go dot apply, you're saying that the current folder. Yeah, you're doing that the dot and slash current folder. So it shows everything in the folder you're in. The current folder here is the folder that contains this HTML. So when you put dot means current slash folder. Okay. So it will not show you what you have in the folder, which is the HTML and the assets. So you go to the assets. So you can type assets. Okay. Now the asset is a folder. So we can also put it. Is that no, that's spell it right. Okay. Assets. Is that how to spell asset? Oh, anyway, let us. Right. So yeah, so you just choose that. Once you choose that, yeah, it shows you. So I can select it. And then it's a slash. So it shows a slash because slash is just show you that this is a folder that things inside. So you have that slash. So inside that, and I see what is inside slash. You see, now I can see what is it. You have, but you have to pass through where you are. Go inside. Now going inside the slash, you see the card, you see this folder. Now our image is what nature. So go to nature. Again, nature is also a folder because it's a subfolder. You can see here. Let's go back to this one. So you can see if I click on this, I see the folder, and then inside nature, that's where you actually have the image that we're looking for. So you just put a slash, and when you put a slash, of course, the image will won't show you. So you can just see the image. You can see now the image has appeared. So now we have gained access to the image. You can see it's now on the page. Okay. In that case, the alt has now been removed because we don't really need it, but it's still there. Next time somebody reading a screen that's reading this, a screen that will get to this image and then read whatever is here. Okay. So this is how. But so generally, we don't want to drop our image directly with our HTML. Okay. Also, imagine you now have several images of cars, of face, or all of that, and everything just this will be clustered, and then you can be very, very confusing, and it's very hard to manage. So you always will have your assets in one place, and then the particular type of asset put it in one place. Because here I want to put just cars, for instance. Okay. I also want to put cars here. So what I can do is let me go and get some cars, download. Okay, well, of course, this other second image is directly from the website, so we don't really need to, we don't put it here because these are the images that here you have the local images, the image that have your desktop. Okay, so if I go to again splash, because I have free images, so I can go and download image there. Here I can say nature. So basically, any image you want to download, just put just describe the theme of the image. So just say nature. So it gives me some beautiful stuff here. Okay, so I'm just going to take this. Let me see. I think I'll take this one here. Again, it says save link. But that's not the link I'm trying to save here. It's the image, so I'm going to save the image. So the download, I'm going to say nature 1 0. So now it's saved in my desktop, my downloads. Okay, so what's it? So it's saved in my downloads. Is that it? No. Here, downloads. Okay, so this is the image. Wow, it has this. Okay, so you can see now this one has a different image. So let's just see if we can. That's a different extension. Let's see if we can adjust the extension. So it's giving me AVI file. Okay, so that's it. Okay, let us see an example and see whether this will show display. But the usual image this thing we want to always have is the PNG, GIF, or GIF, and JPEG. Okay, so let's just see. Now I'll just move this directly to my, instead of moving it to the folder like that, I'll just move it directly to this. You can also do that. Okay, so I'll just go to where the image is located, the image I downloaded, that's the image, and I'll just select it and move it. Okay, so I want to put it in nature, I'll just move it directly and put it here. Yep, right there. So the image is now in my, so there are two ways to put the image now. You can say you can either put it directly on your Visual Studio Code image, or you go to your File Explorer. So if I open my File Explorer, of course it's here now. You go to File Explorer and then open where you have the image, and then just basically just move it to your File Explorer. Okay. For me, I prefer to just move it to, because the same thing really. So to just, so this is the image. Now I want this image to show on my page. So what do I do? Very simple. I'll just come here. So just, this one is very long. The other one. Well, let me also just put it height here so that we don't have it occupy the whole page. Yeah. So I'll put another image. Yeah, this file structure is very, very important. So please take note of it. So now I want to put the image that is in this folder, and this folder is in assets, and the asset is in the same folder as the intro.zip. So what I'm going to do, I'll do accept. Okay, so you can also do it like that directly. Okay, you can also just type the name asset directly without putting it stuff, but you're going to see a lot of this. Okay, this is just saying that the current, asset. And why we use this, right? Because sometimes you may not have, maybe for some reason you want to change, you may not really have, or maybe for reason you want to change the name of this thing. Let me just say. Okay, so for now, basically you can just use any of them. But we're going to, because we're going to, I don't want to bring out this file structure topic here right now. But yeah, so as you can see, it's going to work. So I have nature, and then it's giving me the subjections. Okay. So let's see if we have that image. Of course, we have the image. Okay. And of course, too, so we can just describe with the description, which is the alt attribute. Sorry. Remember, everything we're doing here is lowercase, so you don't just use any case you want, just always use lowercase for the attributes and the HTML. So this is a waterfall. Yeah, so this describe what we're doing now. So, and then you can then do height if I want to. 400 pixels, then to obviously just arrange. So you can see, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so you can see that we have this thing. Okay, so another thing I also want us to show us quickly is, so instead of downloading a live preview, right, you can also download the live server. So if I just do live server, which I already have it, I believe. Okay, you can also download this live server by what's the name of the guy? Retweet Day. So instead of the live preview, okay, and how that one works is that. So let me just close this one. Okay, so how that one works is that once you have the live server, so just move this up. So let me just close this, close that, and just open it again. Just open this again. So in case, because some people prefer to use the live server. So there should be a go live here. I don't know why it's not appearing here on my text. So maybe there's some settings I've put there. I can't remember. But if you go to open automatically on server, let's see. So this is the other one, true preview. Okay, so open on server starts. Okay, or maybe two of them cannot work concurrently. Okay, so but another way of actually even doing this, right? I can also come here. Okay, let's go back to the page. Okay, so instead of running directly, I can actually even come here and actually run the code as well. So if I double click on this, because it's already even showing that you can open this with Chrome. So if I just double click on this, it shows me all of our images like this. Okay, so you can just go straight to the file explorer. But the thing is that if you open it this way, those changes that you make, you have to always save them and then refresh them, so they won't change automatically when you put something on the page. Okay, so you can see this. So if we go and make changes to this, maybe we should just remove the height, for instance. Go back. Okay. So we've removed the height, and then the image is still the same. So you have to always refresh to to have the updates. Okay, that's that's why we don't really use it much, these days. They go ahead to click and open it. Because you click to open, you have to save, refresh to see the changes. Yeah, but with show preview or go live, which I'm not sure why the go live is not showing here. Let me just quickly export that. See, go live. Okay, so live server. The other one is live preview, right? So just take a look at this. It's live server. The live server by Rick, this guy. Okay, so it wasn't installed yet for some reason. Okay, so say it's installing. So you can install it and install it. Just once you just go to these extensions and type this, you can just click on install and it should install. Okay, so this is just installing here right now. So hopefully it's, I don't know, for what we're seeing, it's taking too much time to install. But yeah, so you can have this live server. The one where, like I said, the one will have this live preview. This is just to help you to show your code, to show the thing on the browser, as if somebody is visiting the. This is the one that have this Microsoft live preview. Okay, this one is actually newer, right? You can see it's just 3 million people have downloaded this. I've installed this for 3 million. Why this other one is the one that was been here for a long time. Okay, so once you install this live server, you're going to see this will appear, go live here. Can you see go live? And so this is the one that I've been using. The other one is, you can see 1 million people. The other one just 3 million people. Okay, so I found both of them very useful, of course. So if I go to open my HTML page here and then go to go live, so go live. Okay, so start server. Usually should automatically open on the page. Live server. Let's see. This is a page. So usually when you click on the go live, it should automatically open. Something is wrong. We're going to click on go live again. The application is running. Okay, opening browser. I don't know. It should usually open by itself. But let me see. Stop it again. Go live. So once you go live is running, right? Once go live is running, you're going to see a port is going to, you're going to see this appear port something. Okay, open the browser, but usually it's automatically open. Maybe I have some more settings. Okay, all right. And this is another thing you need to also learn here. If your HTML is not open and you click on go live, this is something that you're going to see. It doesn't open the folder and show you the files in the folder, which is not what we're looking for. Okay, but here you can click on this and then it shows, but this is not how I want to run it. Okay, so rather I'm going to stop it again. Go again. Okay, this one now. Okay, it's a new feature, so you can preview it in the editor. Okay, and then select. Okay, it's still fantastic. So it's just very similar to the other one. So I mean, you can have both of them, and then play around with them. So the good thing about them is that once you make changes to your code, okay, once you make changes to your code, say 100. Again, not sure why it's not. We can just change this. Okay, looks like this one happened also. Yeah, but yeah, I think we can. It's two of them here, but I don't know, since I've not used it for a long time. I know what's going on here. I understand what's going on here, but it's just basically helps you to see what you're doing on the page. Okay, so yeah, I use that one. I'll use your show preview. Open with live server. I can see now that I have live server here. I'll stop it You can also open it here. So instead of going to Google Live here, you can also right click on Live. But there should be some setting here that is preventing me from. Let me just see. Yeah, later on, you understand what this spot something number means. Okay, but don't worry about that for now. So yeah, so any questions so far? Okay, so you now know how to put your image. Sometimes instead of saying assets like this, you just say images. Like you can say images. So it doesn't matter the name. What really matters is that once you see assets, by default, we know that okay, this one contains images or videos or any of that. Or you can call it images where you put in your images inside. Okay, so for this car image, I don't think we have anything there yet. So let's just quickly do that one. The car image on Splash. On Splash. So just go on Splash, cars, and just so you have this car. Okay, let's choose. All right. Okay, let me just choose this one, the Campbell. So again, copy image, copy, save image as. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. 001. Okay, so save image. Give GIF. So you can see that this is also an image. Extension. Okay, file extension. All right, so I'll just do something similar to what I did before. So I'll open where the image is downloaded here. So that's the image. Where is it? Okay, car 001. So I'll just move it, take it, and then go to the car folder. Let's just drop it there. So I have it there, my Visual Studio, and it's also in the folder. Okay, so if I want to show that image, I just need to come here and okay, so anywhere on the page, right there. Image, the source. Okay, this time it's in assets. So like I said, you can just type the asset or you start with dots, the same thing. Just say that is a current folder. Cars and car 001. So if I do that and a browser image. Okay, so the car image is here. But probably that's not what we want. Let me just go to show preview so that we can have that. So this is the car. You can see the image is so loud. So let's copy this. You can also copy this, right? So I'll just copy this and go to my browser so that I can have more space and just. So you can see a car image, and you don't want your image to look like this, right? You don't want your image to look like this. So of course we can adjust the image as we did before. So I'll just come here and first of all put a description, car image. Remember, this will not show until maybe something happens, whether the image is cannot be located or your network is not able to, which is basically just when they say your network is not able to find the image. Okay, so the height of, let's say, 300. Okay, so with that now, with the height of 300, I go back to my browser. I can now see the image like this. Okay, so that's it for the images today, and that's it for today. So if you have any question, please. Yeah, so another thing I would also like you to do is try to create a profile. Okay. CV CV profile, HTML, HTML. Okay. Splash banners. Is it? What is? Yes. Usually there's some certain website I will get inspiration sometimes to want to build something. So let's say CV. Maybe I think this one can come in later. Okay, because you have all these calls and all of that here. So when we do CSS, we can go and do our portfolio, and that's what I'm actually looking for. So portfolio. For example, websites. So our next major, once we get into CSS, which is just in the next two. Okay, probably, yeah, the next two classes also. Okay, no, the next three classes. So we're able to build a portfolio website where you can actually, I'm just trying to, yeah, this is like a CV. Okay, so you can see this. So with what we have learned so far, you can see that you can easily you can build this. Although maybe because we don't have the CSS yet, so you may not really look at how this. Well, you can see this is the list. Okay, it's a list and all that. But just looking. So we're going to learn how to do all this. Okay, so you can have your own personal profile. You can build your own personal profile on the web page and access, and then give people access to it too. So you can see where you're saying that this somebody that has his own profile page describing himself and what he does. These are the links to. So you can see this is just an image that's the person. So look at an example here. Okay, so you've learned how to put image on your page. So we're going to be doing like that. Okay, yeah. So you know this kind of stuff. You can also just do them. Okay. All right, so any question? Any question? Any question? Do you understand everything? So again, your task is to go back to the book, and like I've now told you that this image it's just a folder, and then this name of image that was downloaded. So you don't have access to it unless you maybe are able to find out this image on the web page. Okay, but basically, it puts on image. You can see they describe the height there. So you just go through the image chapter. This is like chapter 5. Okay, and then you are going to see how this. You can see all this image is like is. So the image. So you can put the image in the middle of the test, right? I can see this image now. Just put it in the middle of the test. Okay, I can just put it in the middle of the middle test, and can put the image anywhere. So yeah, so this is the old way of doing image, but don't worry about anything old code. Don't worry about it. Everything I think here, so that's the images. Okay, so don't create. Once you're done with that, do the assignment, then go through tables just to prepare for the next class. Okay, so we just have basically just 2 classes in HTML. And once we finish with HTML, we'll dive into CSS. And then by the end of December, you're going to see that you can build some really, if you really practice and if you're already following all this thing, you'll build something interesting. Okay. So so we're going to do tables and that. Okay, but don't worry about forms here. So I don't know, maybe we can do forms and tables at the same time. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so let us do tables next time. So I'm just taking it slowly. Okay, those are tables next time. Then later on we're going to do forms. Okay, one now we've done images, we've done links. So I expect to maybe if you have gone through the book, that should have had some question about links. This is what we did last time. Links. Okay, so putting the links just because this is a test that's going to show. Okay, people have to click on, but when they click on this, it's going to take them to this website. Okay, yeah, like I say now, that's the page now. Only this is showing here. This is the word described. So once you now click on this now, to now go to the web. So if you put Facebook here, even if you put the IMD, when you click on it to go to Facebook. So this is what actually determines the destination. So as I click on it, you can see it has taken me to this page. Okay, so imagine I actually do that on my own page. Because we've done it last time, right? So I just put the link and say I want to go to link, go to okay, href, and then just put that. Of course, if I don't put anything on the page, right, even if I put the link, it's not showing on the page because I did not put any text content on the link. So until I put the text content on the link, it's not going to show. So here, text content, I said, I just put click me. Okay, click. You can see now it's showing there. Click me. All right. So click me. Okay, so if I go to the main page to the where I have it, I will see click me. I believe. Okay. Where is it? Somewhere here. Or is it? Okay, sorry. I was gonna say. So click me. When you click on it, it takes you to the page. Yeah. So you can connect any website to your web page by just putting the link, and then you have all of this. All right, so that is it for today. Again, please go through the images here. Go to the images and see other examples of how this is linked. This is one we did before. And if you don't do it, by the time you realize, see, we have done all of this, and you by the time you realize we've done a lot of things, and you see that you may not be able to really catch up. Yeah. So, but they are just doing it slowly. But typically, this is, if you go to typical where you learn how to, this thing is just all this thing we are doing, they cannot do it in one class within an hour or 2 hours. You'll do all of this that we have taken how many weeks now to be doing slowly. Okay, but why are we doing so? But I want you to really gain a very strong foundation or really understand it. So even if you're not going to be going to web development, right? You're going to data. Okay, so for instance, now we use this in data process. Like when we're dealing with data, sometimes we might even put that example here, where we use website like this because it has a lot of data when you want to, deal with movie, recommend movie, to people that know how many movies that people are watching. Most movies in 2023. You can get information from INTN. Okay, so how do you access the website and get those data? That's also called what they call data scraping. Okay, where you go to the website, get data on the website. So meanwhile, you're not a web developer, so you're just a data analyst or data scientist that want to find out information and gain insight to what is happening. So you need to know how HTML works. You need to know the tags, because you're going to be going to the HTML page. You go to HTML page, and like now, let me open this HTML page again. Inspect. Okay, so you go to HTML page. This is what your code is going to be saying. So if you don't understand this, there's no way you can grab the information on the page. All right, so this is what you're seeing, but this is what, as a developer, this is what you're going to be dealing with. You can see as I'm going through this now, it's showing that I'm clicking on the actual thing. So I can even, see all of that. So you understand HTML, you know that, okay, I want to grab, maybe particular, you want to grab this on the page. Okay, you can actually even grab just this thing, just there, which is this. Okay, you can see it's a link as well. All right, so you can even grab that because as I'm putting my it's showing there that's what I'm clicking on. Okay, so if you have written some Python code that you want to go to a web page, grab some data from the web page and display some graph. Okay, so it can happen automatically. Okay, yeah, if you want to access, maybe you want to a page that has some weather condition and all of that, so you can also go write your code to go to that page, web page, and grab whatever you want to get called data scraping for in data science or data analysis. Okay, so even if you are just interested in just working with data, you're going to see that having this not HTML, which is just the basic thing here, actually. Yeah, but people that will want to concentrate on developing website and web apps, okay. So these people are the one that will now later go deeper in all of this. But for now, I suggested like the first 3 months here, I said that everyone should attend this class. Even if you're interested in Python, or data analysis, attend this class so you have an idea of how it works. Okay, and how you also go to the website and access the information on the website. Okay, but also not all websites you can just go and also access information. There are some security features as well. That's some people don't want people to scrape their website. Okay, so but yeah, it's very, very important that all this tag we are doing, that's what makes up the website. Right? That's what makes up the website. You won't see them the way we are doing, like a website just have just these images like this. Okay, no, but we always have other things, other components, but we're taking it bit by bit. You already know how to add a test. We learned how to add this. All right, you learn how to add this. Now you know how to add an image. Also know how to add it. Okay, so that's it. So please take this in seriously. Even if you're doing that, I'm saying that even if you think that it's happening once a week, we're just meeting once a week. Some of you are thinking that, but I also see that some of you that are thinking that I think we are going slowly. You are not going through the book, because if you go through the book, you have questions to ask. You're definitely, there's no way if you are learning this and you don't have questions to ask for 1 week, it means that you've not learned it. It's simple. Okay, because you're going to go through and see something that we've not mentioned here. And you're going to ask, what is this? And that's how you learn. See, here it's not we're not just say that, you just attend and say, I attended. I know. No. You want to know what is happening and you try to know it. Okay, like you can see this. This is just like when you have home about the movies and all of that in the web page. But because there's no CSS, so that's why you just line up like this. So when you add CSS, it's going to appear like maybe horizontally. Okay, so appear horizontally. All right, so this is very, very important for us. This is very, very important that we go through what we are learning. Okay, I understand that now you're going to be doing Python and all that. And the Python, you're going to be, again, for the Python, please solve the problems. Okay, don't just say attend the lecture and there are questions that every week you're supposed to, I don't know whether he asked you guys to solve the first 10 questions this week. But every week, you're supposed to have at least 10 questions you're going to solve. But that's how you build the programming skills. That's how you build the computational thinking skills. Because the way you think when you're writing code is way different from the way you think. We're more detailed. Computational thinking will teach you how to solve problems in a very good way, really. So it's a very, very important skill to have. Okay, so please, so that's it for me today. And go back to. Have I stopped sharing this thing? Okay. So yeah, so any question, please? Any question? What is saying anything? Can you hear me?
Yes, I have a question.
Oh, please. Nice.
Okay, my name is Benjamin.
Okay, thank you, Benjamin.
I tried some things, but I'm not seeing the preview on my studio code, and I tried to compare yours with mine, and I found out that place that the option that says preview is not showing. I don't have.
Okay, so are you using your laptop right now on this call?
No, for now I just left home. I left home, but
okay. So what you can do if you have those kind of issues, these are the kind of issues you need to prevent. Like I can give you this, you can share your screen. Then we'll go through what happened, what is it. Because the thing is that when you're learning how to code, it's just like learning another skill. It's not going to work smoothly as the way I'm showing. All right, it's not going to work. So you have to try it. It's not something that you just put. This is not like an academic exercise where you just, okay, I've learned it, you go and in exam. Okay. So that's why one of the main reasons about when you're talking about getting a job, getting a job. I've seen a lot of people who, in fact, I met someone earlier today who has been working as a machine learning engineer. He said, I just want to start working. They just want to get a degree, started year 1. I just went to university and said you want to get a degree. But I've been working as a machine learning engineer, and you can't say that because they have not gone to university to study for 4 years and 5 years that you should know. No, it doesn't work that way. Here is the skill. And skill comes with practice. There is no other way. It's not you sit in the class and listen, and then you don't do anything. No, you can't get it. You can be sitting down in different classes for years and you not be. And that's why people who are really, really dedicated within 6 months, I've seen people within 6 months change their career. But then when you put a lot of effort in educating and practicing and making mistakes, because they're going to be making mistakes, right? And you're lucky that you have somebody that can quickly just help you. And even if these days I've been quite busy responding to this and all of that, but yeah, but you need to put in that effort in practicing. Okay, but that is just the way. You don't have to learn this for just say HTML and say learn it for 1 year for you to be able to build your website. No. You can build something very nice even within a month or 2 months once you have done CSS. Okay, and we're taking this in like as slow as possible. Okay? So try to practice, please. Yeah, try and practice what you're learning because it's very, very important. It's not something that you say, okay, you want to next week. But once you do 2 classes and you've not done the first one, you have already missed out. You're going to really struggle if you don't. Yeah, if you don't practice. So that's the most important thing. Just practice. You will see what you would have. I'm telling you, most of us are not used to learning skills, right? When you learn a skill, you're going to see that it's very, very different from just going to school. Like girls going to school, you stay for 4 years or 5 years before you feel that when you now get to 5 years, after 5 years, it does not learn a skill, and that's why at the end of the day you see that they will not say, you want to go and get experience, because you've not practiced anything in the real world of what you learned over there. So, but here we're doing practical. Okay, so go right there and practice, and don't wait to just practice what you've learned. Just give it some time and practice. That's the only way, really. There's no other way to learn this thing. Yeah, apart from practice and dedication. You must always practice. You understand, you have it in your head. No, it's not head something. That's why most of the interviews they'll say you open your screen, share your screen, and then write the code for the interview. Because if you with math you can solve any problem, any math equation, you just use math and so on. But practically you now realize that when they now give you the tools, okay, this thing you have said with math, let's see. Okay, so you need to get used to typing this thing. That's why I always tell people that you need to get used to typing doc type. By now, I assume that everyone should quickly just be able to create file, okay, image to whatever, to HTML. Okay, so I'm just going to save it here. This image, create file, then type in this. You shouldn't even be thinking like it should just be second nature by now. So HTML, head, title. By now, I don't expect you to be looking at anywhere to type all this. Like looking at anything. So okay, just say another image page. Okay, so to describe the structure of the web page, I don't expect you by now. If you cannot type this thing without looking anywhere, if you cannot type this thing, then it means that you've not started this what we're doing. You are not really doing anything here. That's it. Oh, sorry. Am I sharing my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, sorry. So what I was saying here is that I'm just sure. So if you're not able to quickly create a file and then can I see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're not able to create a file by now, this time you're not able to create a file and quickly type in without looking at your book or anywhere by now, which means that you've not really been practicing. Yeah, because all the exercises I told you, you need to type this thing over and over and over. and get used to it. All right. And if you don't type it and get used to it, you're just using your eye to look at it. This head, title, how the title tag, introduction. This test depends on what you want to tables, for instance. Okay. And then the body. If you are not used to typing this thing like as quickly, right? It means that you've not practiced. That's it. It means that you've not, and you have to get used to this. Like you have to get by now. You should have gotten used to this. You shouldn't be looking at anywhere to just type in the structure of HTML. From creating the file to just typing this, and let us put some HTML, which is what I'm going to be doing next time. The head. Okay, this is what we're going to be doing next time. We're going to learn about this tag for tables. Right. T body, T data, physics, T head, data. Okay. So let's see. But I'm just going to move this and show preview. So you can see what I've just done here. It's just a grid and this and that. So the table, okay, I can even put the table border here. With a border to make it just look a little bit. Okay. Okay, subject grade. I can add another head here, T head. Maybe just put that one. T head. The student ID. Okay, so that's okay. Oh, sorry. This one should be student ID should come. Okay, no. So I'm making a mistake here. So student ID is the last one here. So just okay. So like this is a table. I'm going to learn how to do tables right next time. But what I'm just trying to say that all these things you need to get used to being able to quickly bring out some HTML and just show them on the screen. Okay. But of course, I don't expect you to be able to show a table yet because I've not done tables. Okay, I've not done tables. But at least to be able to build the structure of the HTML page, should be able to do that by now quickly without looking at it anywhere. So if you know that you are not able to, you are still not able to. It simply means that you have not gone through, because I told you how to practice this thing. Okay, like when you go to the book. After that, when you go to the book, for each of the what is it? For instance, for each of the sessions, okay, here you need to. This is just what they're showing here is what should be in the body, right? What they're showing here is just what should be in the body. You always have to, and you don't copy it. Like you don't go to the book and copy it and go and paste it. You will not learn anything if you do that. Okay, you copy and paste it. Of course, it's going to show, but I can bet you're not going to learn anything by doing that. Okay, you need to learn how to type things and see the structure of how this thing are. But whatever they are showing here are just things that you see on the body. So which means every time you open a new page, every time you have to do with this thing.
This one a small one, man.
So every time you have to.
I said make a buy small one.
Okay, who is that?
Okay.
Mute the person. Mute the person. Mute everybody, please.
What's this?
What are you doing? No,
Sorry. So anyway, so that's it. So I'm just trying to encourage you guys to really practice this thing. Don't because we have learned a lot of things. Really, I've learned a lot of things. Okay, so but if you don't practice, it would be as if we have not learned. But we have learned a lot of things. When you now realize when we move away from HTML completely, and we're now going to be on something else, on a CSS. Okay, and then you now realize that you've actually learned HTML. And you don't need to go to any special way, any place to go and learn HTML again. You have learned it. But if you don't practice, then you now want to go to another place to go and learn, or want to go and watch another video, or but if you practice as we're going on, okay, slowly as we're going, yeah, that should be fine. All right, so please, if you have any issue, next time, please bring up the issue. We'll share a screen, we'll see what is wrong with it, and let's see how. All right. So, any more questions? So, if there's no question, so we can call it a day. I don't know. I was trying to upload the other picture. Okay, let's just say I will try and see if I can upload. So, all right. So I'll call it a day. We'll see again next week. So please, if you are interested in Python, I would advise you to attend the Python class on. Don't miss it, because there's a lot you can learn. Really, please don't miss the Python class. Okay. Don't miss the Python class. There's a lot